Welcome back to Brush Up Your Game, and today, Professor X, yes, the leader, the organizer, the namesake of the X-Men. And no, your eyes do not deceive you. He does have 6 special ability cards. Now, with that, he does lack symbols. Wow, my brain blanked on symbols. But he does have 4 movement. He has 4 attack, and he has 5 heroics. Now, he gives out some tokens, so don't worry, not all hope is lost. Even with all of that, he's got 4 double action cards, plus the double wild. So 5 out of 12, 4 out of 10. It's not bad. It's not great. But he only has the one truly bad card, or at least truly bad symbol, which is the single move, which is better than several characters. So I'm not going to truly knock him for this. I like move punch. I like move heroic. 2 copies of that. And heroic punch, also a very good card. Let's start with Genius Intelligence. 2 versions of very similar cards. This turn you may treat heroics as wild, or this turn you may treat attack as wild, with either a heroic or a punch symbol, respectively. Again, these are useful cards. You need to stack up, get symbols, get tokens, play after a character who has a double of these. Cyclops is great. He has a double of each of these. So Professor X going after Cyclops makes all the sense in the world if you're looking at X-Men stuff. Otherwise, playing after somebody like Thor, Beta Ray Bill, Winter Soldier, at least lets you use the double punch. You're going to get a little bit out of the heroic, but not quite as much. So that's a play there. Mind alteration. Turn up to 2 thugs at your location into civilians. That has utility. It's going to depend on what mission you're trying to accomplish or what a villain is going on. Magneto, for instance, who wins when there's no civilians in play. This is a great counter to Magneto, and I think this is why the special is in the game, is to keep you alive against Magneto. But there's times where you're like, hey, I've got heroics, I don't have punches, I can rescue civilians, I can't defeat thugs, so this would be a useful card for that kind of a situation. Telepathy. Choose another hero that can swap any number of cards from their hand with their cards in the storyline. There are plenty of times you have very bad cards in your hand, right? You might have a single punch, a single move, a single heroic, and you want to get back your double wild, a special ability card. Or use telepathy with Squirrel Girl. Let Squirrel Girl play down her special effect cards, and then she's played her specials, and she can play her win the game card. So that's at least possible. You can utilize this with characters who become immune from damage, characters who get to move other characters around, letting Storm get her movement around, basically letting anybody use their specials again. This is going to be useful. And then Professor X has 2 copies of Leadership. And they're the same, but one heroic, one punch version. Give 2 heroic tokens or give 2 punch tokens from the pool to another hero with a heroic or a punch symbol. And this is where he is truly the leader, and he's setting somebody up to do great things. You can do this to bring balance. You could give 2 heroic tokens to Beast, and now Beast is getting to trigger his ability with more heroic tokens. You could play Professor X with Guardians of the Galaxy, who mess around with tokens, discard token, get more tokens, that sort of thing. You got that built in here. Professor X is setting people up to either do what they to do more of what they do better, or to do things that they don't normally do, and to be able to have the coverage that you need. And that's a setup you have to evaluate based on the game that's going on. Is this the time that I need to give heroics to a Thor who doesn't ever do anything heroic? He just likes to go out there and punch stuff. Or is this the time I need to give heroic tokens to Cyclops, who just loves being heroic and being the showboat? You got to make those judgments. And I think as long as you're willing to do that and not have this single-minded, fixated strategy, Professor X always gives punch tokens to Thor because Thor hits things. No, you gotta think and adapt and be strategic to what's going on in the moment. If you do that, you're good. If you don't do that, that's where there's problems. And so Professor X really does set you up and let you make those good choices. That's why I like Professor X. Again, not my favorite, but a good character that I enjoy. So, anyway, thank you for listening. Appreciate your time. And keep watching. Until next time, keep brushing up your game. Take care, everybody.